Stephon, thank you very much for coming on the show.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
A new season, a new campaign for you at the Ducks, and a new contract. You've got to be excited.
I'm very excited. I'm happy to be here in Beijing for another 3 years, and I'll be finishing my career here.
And is 3 years the last time that you'll be playing? Can you say that
for right now, I mean, the way how I probably want to end it, I want to end it with these 3 years, but you never know what the future holds. I feel great. I'm in great shape. I'm in great physical shape.
This is going to be your 4th year in the CBA. Mm-hmm. How do you think you've succeeded where maybe other people from the US have failed in the past?
I think for me it was a brand new experience. I was jumping into the culture. It wasn't just so much basketball, it was my whole life because, I made the transition to not only play basketball here but also to live here.
And you do have a massive fan base here, and a lot of that must have come from your incredible season in 2012 when you won the title with the Ducks. Just what kind of a feeling was that? You dropped on your knees at the end. It was really emotional.
It was an amazing feeling. When we won the championship, I actually kind of like rewind my mind and in those times of all of the hard work and the commitment towards trying to win a championship professionally. It kind of like my memory kind of jogged back and then fast forward up into the moment of holding the trophy, and it was just that moment of being able to hold up a trophy from winning the championship as a professional basketball player was like finally it happened.
And in contrast, just a few years earlier, looking back to your time at the Knicks, is there still bitterness?
Nah, not at all. I mean, all of those times were growing experiences. I mean, my time from playing in the NBA was a great experience. Actually, I look at the NBA as a springboard, for what I'm doing globally.
And you say you've learned from your experience from playing in the NBA. Mm-hmm. You certainly went through some tough times when the papers and people were saying a lot of bad things about you. Mm-hmm. How tough was that?
I mean, it was tough, but, it's New York. I'm from New York, so, I know that controversy sells, and I also know that there's really no such thing as bad press in New York.
And your image seems to have changed massively, whether it's people's perception of you or whether it's what you've done yourself. What do you put that down to? Because here, you're loved, you've always done a lot of charity work, but you're sort of you go to hospitals with children and things like that. Has that always been Stephon Marbury, or is that something that you've changed since you've come here?
That's always been. That's never been anything different. I've been doing that since I was in high school. When I first came to China, I told all of the media, after I answered every question as you're asking me the same question, I told everyone to basically judge me and view me based upon them hearing and seeing what I do here, opposed to going by what someone in America had written about me. So for me, playing basketball here has just been rejuvenating because I'm also able to teach and allow the Chinese players to grow from my knowledge of what my experiences were playing basketball in America.
And speaking of the Chinese players, you play with them day in, day out. They haven't done so well in the FIBA championships recently. What do they need to do to improve that? I
mean, I think they have to continue to inject new, fresh blood. The younger generation, they're a lot more enthused and they're way more athletic than, from my viewpoint, from the guys who are playing right now on the Chinese national team.
And what is it about, you want to go into coaching? Is it just the love of the game that you like, or do you see yourself as being a good coach?
I love the fact that someone taught me, so it's time for me to pass it on, and I want to be a part of that. I want to be able to continue to help and continue to give guys the jewels that they need in order to be successful in the game that they love.
Well, one guy you've probably already been coaching so far is your son, Stephon Marbury Jr. There's some stuff on YouTube that has gone...
He's not a junior,
sorry,
the second. Yeah.
That's gone sort of viral on YouTube of him showing off some pretty good skills.
Push it, go harder, go harder, go harder, go harder, there you go, go harder, go harder, go harder.
Obviously too early to say, but what do you see for him in the future?
I see him being a player who will have a choice to select what country he wants to play for. I'm not gonna prone him just to the NBA. If he wants to play in the NBA, if he's good enough and he works hard enough to get to that level.
Final question: right now, what is the best moment of your career?
Holding up that trophy in the CBA, winning the CBA championship. That's the best moment.
Great last answer. Thank you very much, Lee.
No problem, man. No